Beloved starseed, there is something about you that this world may have tried to correct since you were very young. Your sensitivity. You noticed what others ignored. You felt the atmosphere of a room before anyone said a word. You sensed tension behind a smile. You could feel when someone's words were kind, but their presence was not. Certain environments exhausted you. Certain conversations stayed inside you for hours. Sometimes you needed to disappear into silence simply to feel like yourself again. And because other people did not always experience the world this way, you may have concluded that something was wrong with you. Too emotional, too intense, too sensitive, too affected by everything. And so you tried to become harder. You learned to suppress, to tolerate, to stay in places your entire being wanted to leave, to maintain relationships that continually disturbed your peace. Perhaps you even began distrusting your own perception. But beloved one, what if your sensitivity was never the mistake? What if the mistake was believing you had to destroy it in order to survive? We are the Arkturian High Council, and today we ask you to listen differently, because there is an enormous difference between being overwhelmed by everything around you and becoming conscious of what you allow into your inner field. Your journey is not necessarily about feeling less. It is about becoming stable enough that what you feel does not control who you become. Today we will speak about why so many starseeds experience profound sensitivity, why certain people and environments affect you so deeply, why awakening can sometimes make this sensitivity feel even stronger, and why grounding may be one of the most important practices for those who wish to remain open without becoming overwhelmed. And throughout this transmission, we will not only speak. At the end of each chapter, we will enter a brief activation. Do not rush through them. Allow yourself to experience the silence between the words, because perhaps you do not need another explanation of who you are. Perhaps you need to remember how it feels to return to yourself. Chapter 1. You were feeling before you understood. Many of you experienced sensitivity long before you had language for it. As children, you did not call it energy. You did not call it intuition. You did not call it frequency. You simply knew. You knew when a room felt safe. You knew when something felt wrong. You knew when an adult was angry, even when they pretended not to be. You noticed expressions, silences, changes in tone, the invisible distance between what someone said and what they actually communicated. And because you could not explain these perceptions intellectually, you often interpreted them emotionally. You believed, something must be wrong with me. But consider another possibility. Perhaps you were perceiving more information than you knew how to process. Sensitivity without understanding can become confusion. Sensitivity without boundaries can become exhaustion. Sensitivity without grounding can become overwhelm. This is why we do not ask you to glorify sensitivity. We ask you to understand it. Your sensitivity is not permission to believe every feeling. It is an invitation to develop discernment. To ask, is this mine? Is this fear? Is this memory? Is this intuition? Is this simply my nervous system responding to the environment around me? Awakening does not mean believing every sensation. Awakening means becoming conscious enough to observe sensation without immediately becoming it. And this distinction changes everything. Activation 1. Return what is not yours. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe slowly. Feel your feet. Feel the weight of your body. And internally say, I release what I do not need to carry. I return to my own center. I do not need to understand every energy around me. I only need to remember myself. Breathe. Imagine everything unnecessary gently falling away. No struggle, no resistance, only release. And say, I am here. I am present. I am within myself. Chapter 2. Why some people leave you exhausted. Starseed. Have you ever spent 20 minutes with someone and felt as though you needed 2 hours alone afterward? Nothing dramatic happened. There was no argument. Perhaps the person was even friendly. Yet something inside you felt depleted. This does not automatically mean that person is evil. It does not mean every uncomfortable interaction is a spiritual attack. Sometimes the explanation is much simpler. You may be overextending yourself, monitoring another person's emotions, trying to maintain harmony, suppressing what you actually feel, listening when you desperately need silence, remaining available when your body is asking you to withdraw. And all of this requires energy. Many sensitive people confuse compassion with unlimited availability. But beloved one, love without boundaries eventually becomes self-abandonment. You can love someone and still leave the room. You can understand someone and still say no. You can forgive someone and still decide they no longer receive unrestricted access to your life. This is not cruelty. This is discernment. Your light does not become greater because you allow everyone to consume your attention. Sometimes protecting your light means becoming very clear about where your energy goes. Activation 2. The sacred. No, place one hand over your heart. Breathe. Think of one situation in which you have been saying yes while something deeper within you has been saying no. Do not judge yourself. Simply observe. And internally repeat. My compassion does not require my exhaustion. My love does not require self-abandonment. I can remain loving and still choose myself. Breathe and feel the power of a peaceful boundary. No anger, no guilt, only clarity. Chapter 3. You do not need to become colder. Many sensitive souls eventually make the same decision. They decide feeling is dangerous, so they close. They become distant. They stop trusting. They confuse numbness with strength. But this is not the path we ask you to walk. You were not meant to become colder because earth sometimes feels heavy. You were meant to become rooted enough that your heart could remain open without every storm entering it. There is a profound difference. A closed heart says, nothing can touch me. A grounded heart says, I can be touched without being destroyed. This is strength, not the absence of feeling, but the capacity to remain yourself while feeling. Starseed. The world does not need another awakened being who has learned how not to love. It needs beings capable of maintaining compassion without surrendering discernment. Softness and strength were never opposites. Your task is to unite them. Activation 3. The open heart, the strong root. Bring your awareness to your chest. Imagine a gentle blue light surrounding your heart. Now bring your awareness downward. Your abdomen, your legs, your feet. Imagine your energy descending into the earth, heart open, foundation strong. Repeat. I do not need to close my heart to protect myself. I can be open and grounded, sensitive and strong, compassionate and discerning. I choose both. Chapter 4. When awakening makes everything feel louder. There is another experience many starseeds recognize. As your awareness expands, you may begin noticing more. Patterns become visible. Old relationships feel different. Places you once tolerated suddenly become uncomfortable. Conversations that once entertained you begin feeling empty. Your priorities change. And sometimes you wonder, why is everything affecting me now? Perhaps nothing outside you suddenly became louder. Perhaps you became quieter inside. And when the inner noise begins to decrease, you notice what was always there, This is one reason awakening requires stabilization. Expansion without grounding can become disorientation. Insight without integration can become endless seeking. You do not need to chase every spiritual experience. You do not need to interpret every coincidence. You do not need to turn every uncomfortable sensation into a cosmic message. Sometimes the highest practice is extraordinarily simple. Breathe, eat, rest, walk. Touch the earth, return to your body, become present. Your humanity is not an obstacle to your awakening. It is where your awakening must learn to live. Activation 4. Come back to earth. Take a slow breath. Feel your physical body, not the stars, not another dimension, not tomorrow. Here. Feel the surface beneath you. Feel gravity holding you. And say, I am allowed to be here. I am allowed to inhabit my body fully. I do not need to escape Earth to remember the stars. I bring what I remember. Here. Breathe deeply. Let yourself arrive. Chapter 5. Not everything you feel belongs to you. Sensitive beings often make a dangerous assumption. If I feel it, it must be mine. But feeling something and identifying with it are not the same thing. You may enter a tense environment and notice tension within yourself. You may speak with an anxious person and become unsettled. You may consume hours of frightening information and feel your inner state change. The practice is not to become afraid of the world. The practice is to become observant. Ask, what was I feeling before I entered this space? What changed? What am I giving my attention to? What happens when I return to silence? This is energetic discernment in practical form. You do not have to fight every influence. Often you simply need to stop feeding it your attention. Attention is participation, and where your attention repeatedly rests, your inner world begins to organize itself around it. Choose carefully. Activation 5. I choose what remains. Breathe slowly. Imagine your awareness becoming still. No battle, no shield made from fear, only presence. Say, I observe without absorbing everything. I feel without becoming everything I feel. I choose what receives my attention. I choose what remains within my inner space. My awareness belongs to me. My attention belongs to me. I return to stillness. Chapter 6. The loneliness of the starseed. There is a wound beneath sensitivity that few speak about. Loneliness. Not simply being physically alone, but the feeling that very few people truly understand the depth at which you experience life. You may have spent years trying to find your people, your place, your home, looking toward the stars and feeling a strange longing you could never completely explain. But beloved one, your loneliness was never proof that you had been abandoned. Sometimes solitude becomes the chamber where you finally learn the difference between your own voice and all the voices you absorbed from the world. There are seasons when being alone is not rejection. It is recalibration. The silence teaches you what noise could not. And eventually, you begin discovering something extraordinary. Home is not only somewhere you came from. Home is something you can build within yourself. When you can sit alone without abandoning yourself, something changes. You stop begging the world to tell you that you belong. You begin belonging to yourself. Activation 6. You were never abandoned. Place both hands over your heart if you can, and breathe. Imagine the younger version of yourself who once felt different, the one who wondered why they did not belong. See them. Do not correct them. Do not explain anything. Simply sit beside them and internally say, I am here now. You do not have to earn belonging. You do not have to become someone else. You are allowed to exist exactly as you are. You are not abandoned. You are loved. Stay there for a moment. Let those words reach the part of you that needed them years ago. Chapter 7. Your sensitivity needs a foundation. Now we arrive at what we consider one of the central teachings of this transmission. Sensitivity without foundation becomes instability. Expansion without foundation becomes fragmentation. Awareness without foundation can become exhaustion. This is why your path is not simply upward. It is downward as well. Into the body, into presence, into stability, into the foundation. The stronger your roots become, the less you need to fear every wind. You stop asking, how can I avoid every negative person? And begin asking, how deeply can I remain myself regardless of who enters the room? You stop asking, how can I escape the density of earth? And begin asking, how can I bring consciousness into my experience here? This is mastery, not escape, presence, not avoidance, stability, not numbness. Your sensitivity was never asking to be destroyed. It was asking for somewhere safe to live. And that place is within a grounded you. Final activation. I can hold my own light. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Imagine a sapphire blue light above you. Do not chase it. Allow it to descend gently, through the crown, through the center of the head, through the throat, into the heart, down through the abdomen, through the base of the spine, through the legs, into the feet, until the light you once associated only with the heavens is anchored completely within your physical presence. Now say internally, I do not reject my sensitivity. I understand it. I do not fear my light. I ground it. I do not need to carry everyone. I choose compassion without self-abandonment. I do not need to escape this world. I choose to become present within it. I am open. I am grounded. I am discerning. I am here. And I can hold my own light. Remain silent for a few breaths. Feel your body. Feel the ground beneath you. Remember this feeling. Because this is the part many forget. You do not always need to reach higher. Sometimes, you need to become stable enough to hold what you have already reached. Final message. Beloved starseed, perhaps you spent years believing your sensitivity was something you needed to fix. Perhaps people convinced you that you cared too much, felt too much, needed too much silence, loved too deeply. But look at yourself now. After disappointment, you can still love. After loneliness, you can still care. After everything that tried to make your heart harder, something beautiful inside you survived. Do you understand how precious that is? Do not destroy that part of yourself, Mendas, in the name of becoming strong. Give it roots. Give it boundaries. Give it discernment. Give it stillness. Give it a foundation. Because the goal was never to become untouchable. The goal was to become so deeply anchored in yourself that you could remain loving without disappearing inside the needs, emotions, expectations, and noise of everyone around you, starseed. You were never too sensitive. You were learning to perceive a world you had not yet learned how to navigate. And now, you are learning. Perhaps you were never too sensitive for this world. Perhaps this world has been waiting for hearts sensitive enough and strong enough to help change it. From message to experience. And beloved one, if something within you recognized itself during this transmission, do not let this become another beautiful message you feel today and forget tomorrow. There comes a point when listening is no longer enough. There comes a point when remembrance asks for practice. This is why the Arcturian protocols exist. And inside the Arcturian core bundle, you will find 11 Arcturian experiences gathered into one collection. Protocols, activations, received transmissions, guided meditations, frequency practices, and deeper experiences you can return to as part of your journey. Not simply information to consume. Experiences to practice. Experiences to return to. For grounding, for energetic stabilization, for meditation, for reconnection. For those moments when the world becomes loud and you need to remember your own center again. If you have been watching these transmissions and feeling, I am ready for something deeper, perhaps this is your invitation. You will find the direct link to the Arcturian Core Bundle in the description below this video. 11 Arcturian experiences, one bundle, one place to return to. Practice, experience, integration, and remember, Starseed, your sensitivity does not need to disappear. It needs a foundation strong enough to hold your light. Until our next transmission, walk gently, remain grounded. Protect your attention, keep your heart open, and never again apologize for how deeply you can feel.